Robert Baril, Comedy Cave, this week, Calgary. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. So,
Yeah.
you're a Minneapolis guy, right?
Originally, yes, Minneapolis.
Oh,
Yep.
not now? Are you not?
No, well, that's my home base. Now I'm kind of, I guess, back and forth between there and Los Angeles.
Okay.
Yep.
You have a kind of a home base set up in LA, or?
Yeah, there's a home that I have with some guys there that are in the film industry. And no, it's not like a halfway home. They're not like methadone addicts or anything like that. To my knowledge, I don't know if they haven't offered me any, so I'd like to think that they would include me in that. But yeah.
Yeah, hopefully they would.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it's a group of aspiring artists.
Yeah,
Okay.
kind of. Yeah, exactly. And then I've been coming here for the last couple of years. Bent Washburn, very funny comic. Check him out if you can.
Yeah.
Got me in here, and I love the club.
Yeah. Oh, this is a great club.
Mhm.
Yeah. I like the way it's set up. It's tight. Right?
There's almost as many people here for the podcast as there were for the Tuesday show tonight. Almost.
Almost.
Yeah.
I think that's a bit of a running joke for the early week shows too.
Yeah. But it's also fun to just kind of have those shows earlier in the week where you can try out new stuff and just kind of have fun with a lot less pressure.
Low stakes.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. So how'd you get started?
How
How long have you been going? Let's start like that.
Long enough to know not to give you the real answer.
Perfect. So you always use that's what.
Yeah. I usually just say, it's almost like the way actresses, like, how old are you? And then they just like take half of their age and then like add to. So I'll say my lie is like 12 years. But I think it's probably closer to like 15, I think maybe. I don't have a hard start date. Like a lot of comics,
I thought it was more.
especially if they have autism, they can just tell you. They're like August 15th, 2003. It was this club or what, and I don't have that. I don't have like, oh, that was the exact date. I have like
I have that.
a vague-ish year maybe, but like the first that I can think of like milestone, like, okay, emceeing a club, I think was probably 2012 or 13.
Okay.
I guess, but I don't know.
Then you've moved quite fast enough. Like I see you and I thought, oh, this guy's 20, 25.
I mean, oh, thank you. Well, I moisturize, and that helps keep the.
I meant years.
Keep it.
doing
No, I know. I'm making a joke.
I know, that was awesome.
Yeah.
You do look young though.
Well, I do. That's not a joke. I do moisturize. I do
Okay.
moisturize. I do sunscreen. Up until recently, I got sleep at night, so it was drink water. You know, I do my best. Rob Lowe is my hero. If I could look like Rob Lowe when I'm, what is he, like 75? Like the
He
guy
must be.
Is he a vampire? Like, I don't know how he.
I thought he was 30 in Wayne's World.
Even Paul Rudd is like starting to show some signs a little bit, but Rob Lowe is just an alien.
Yeah.
A cryogenic chamber or something. I don't know what he's doing, but I'm
Atkins.
Yeah, Atkins, is that, and that keeps you thin, right?
I don't
That
know. He
doesn't-
does ads for Atkins though.
Oh.
So I've seen them.
Gotcha. Well, he
Yeah.
probably does that for the money to afford the cryogenic chamber,
Right.
or the fetus blood or whatever it is that
Yeah.
he stem cells. He probably has like a stem cell IV
Maybe.
at night that his wife just like plugs into a thigh, and that just keeps him youthful.
Whatever Michael Jackson was working on when he died, that's what Rob Lowe picked up
I don't know about that. I don't know if
at the auction.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've kind of lost track of where we were, but
We were talking about, I guess, just where I'm at in
Yeah.
my career. Yeah,
Yeah, 12. I
traveling.
thought you were a 25-year guy. It turns out you're a 12-year guy. Right?
Well, I mean, yeah, I write a lot. I think that helps you develop faster the more you write and everything.
So do you have a good ritual for writing?
Yeah, I think I do. I don't necessarily write every day, but I do try at least a couple times a week to force myself to like sit down and either come up with something new or go back to older material and then just try to rework bits.
Like notebook?
Yeah. I'm
pen
old
and-
school.
yeah.
I definitely, because there's some comics with the phone and they just like put the note in or whatever, and maybe it's like the just an old soul or whatever, but I need to feel the pen, see the paper, cross things out. I just feel more productive that way. And I think it makes the material feel more personal to me versus just typing stuff in.
Yeah, for sure. And then, so will you come up with a concept and then really hash it out on the paper, or will you?
Well, that's the other thing, is that I think it helps me to remember it then, because I'll write it a couple times. Like, I'll write it out, then I'll edit it, and then I'll write it again, like bullet points. And then through that, I kind of help. Because part of it too is I'm a very scripted. I'll do a little bit of improv in my set if I have to, but for the most part, I kind of stick to my script. And because a lot of my act is tag heavy, where like I have the setup, I have the punchline, and then little jokes that I add after, unless I make it a point to write those down, oftentimes I'll forget them. And then like later on the next day when I'm listening to my set, and then I have, I'm like, I didn't do that one. Oh, I didn't do that one. You know, where you have this idea and jot it down, but unless you commit it to memory, you say it a few times, then, you know, there's a good chance you... that's why I like to go back and revisit it too, is sometimes I'll think I've committed the entire bit to memory, and then I go back and read, and I'm like, oh, those two jokes are really good. I just completely forgot to include those.
Right.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
So writing the jokes and then listening to the sets, and when I'm at a club like this, which is the whole week, this is a great time to work on new material, because then I have basically the entire week during the day to listen to sets, edit, and stuff like that as well.
So when you come to a Comedy Cave Robert Baril show, it's getting refined. It's getting better.
Well, because a lot of clubs, if it's just like Friday, Saturday, and then you get in Friday, you're tired, you take a nap, and then you have the 2 shows, and then Saturday you rest, and then you have the shows, and then you're done. So you don't really...
You're banging out the hits, right?
Exactly. You're not doing a lot of new stuff. You just want to... Whereas like with this full week, then it's like, okay, well, I'll be ready come Friday, Saturday. But then this is the middle of the week is the fun kind of like experiment and try this, and like we were saying, like low stakes.
Yeah. Cool. So you travel a lot, I understand, right? Is that...
Yeah, I would. I mean, I work probably 23 maybe weekends a year, something like that. So usually once a month, I'm probably on the road, and then coming up through the Midwest, I can usually get a club or a show there like every other month. And then once I get one, I can like add other stuff and kind of build up a little weekend
little
or
mini
little run.
tours.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And is that from wherever you're kind of stationed? Like,
yeah. So if I'm
spend the winters in California.
Yeah. So it'll just So part of it is like there's the plus in Eau Claire, Wisconsin. So like that's a Saturday. I mean, I think they're more than that now, but like let's just say that's an example of a really fun room, and that's a Saturday. And so if I book that 6 months in advance, well then it's like, okay, well what's a Friday room? And then I can like hit people up, find a Friday room. Okay, well is there a Thursday thing I can close out? Okay, well then I do that. And then it's like, well the following weekend, like if I'm already going to be in like Wisconsin doing that, well, is there a Minneapolis club I can do? And then it's like, okay, well now I have a 2-week run of shows there.
Okay. So are you your own agent?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I would have, and if it wasn't me, I would have fired me a long time ago, but that stuck with me.
See, there you go. He's giving us a crash course right now on how to book your own tour, right? Because if we got to do that kind of stuff as comics.
Yeah, well, I think part of it is just getting into places and then not being an asshole and treating people nice so they have you back, and then you just get into more places and be nice, and then when it comes time after however many years, and then you're nice and you treat people well and they'll have you back, and then you can just piece together.
Well, how many years have you come here now? Because I remember you last year, right?
That's a good question.
And you said
4?
Brent, right? Brought you in?
Bent Wash. Well, we were going to co-headline, and then he had, I don't know if it was a health thing or a scheduling thing, but couldn't make it. So then I was able, they hadn't even seen me, and I got a headline weekend here based off of Bent's, word and recommendation and vouching for me. I want to say 4 years.
That's good.
I think probably. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's the same, right?
It was definitely probably 4. because I think it was after COVID. I don't think I was here before COVID. So 4.
Yeah,
Say
you'd
4,
remember if you did like 1 and then took 2 years off. Or
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Did you take a lot of time off during COVID, or did you try and work through that?
No, I didn't. My parents were isolated up in northern Minnesota, and I'm young, healthy, so I didn't see it as something that could kill me or the people I was around, and so I was like, okay, well, I'll books, and I kind of developed a lot over 2020 because a lot of comics didn't go out, and so I was able to get a lot of reps in a lot of rooms and write, and
And I think the States was a little more open, probably, than Canada was.
Some of the states, it was funny because Minnesota adhered to a lot of the restrictions, but Wisconsin didn't. And so they all you have to do, it's so dumb. You can just like go across the border and then, but even some of them too were like, okay, so you have to have the mask when you're sitting down, but not when you stand, like
Ridiculous.
as if the virus wouldn't, but whatever.
It was a picky virus.
Yeah. Yeah. He sat down. God damn it. We shouldn't have told him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So what's coming up?
I'm here for the rest of the week, and then I'm doing the Delirious Comedy Club in Las Vegas next week, next Thursday through Sunday. And then I'm doing Johnny's in River Falls, Wisconsin. Just a very fun, it's a small town bar. They have
close to home.
Built a side room again. Yep, close to home. Well, I was going to do a weekend at the club in Rochester, Minnesota, Goonies, but that folded. Which again is it's just a shitty thing about comedy anyway, and just trying to build a run and stuff is like sometimes clubs close, or sometimes they get new bookers. Like you finally get in and the booker likes you, and then 2 weeks later you see his resignation thing on Facebook, and you're like, you finally saw me and like me, and then you find that's a booker you don't know, and then you're like, I just constantly trying to push another good club in Minneapolis, but push the boulder up the hill.
Yeah,
but you really have to love doing it because, it's sometimes great things happen, sometimes don't. But like, unless you're actually happy doing it, then, there's no point.
Are you working on a new hour or something?
I'm working on newer material.
You have 2, right?
I have albums?
Yeah, 2 specials.
I have, so I did Sex and Politics. That's Amazon Prime and Tubi. I have another album called TMI. Both of those were stand-up records. I think TMI might be on Vimeo or something. And then I did an album called 2020 with a comic named Brian Miller from Minneapolis. Okay. And that's wherever you get it, Spotify, whatever. And that's where we co-headlined Acme in Minneapolis, and we each did like 20-ish minutes about the events of 2020.
Okay.
It's like police brutality, COVID, whatever, the election.
Yep.
And then I did one called Not the Time with Helium Records the year after. And I haven't.
In 21.
Yeah, in 21.
Okay.
And then I haven't recorded anything since. I've been writing and stuff. I guess I'm just kind of stockpiling material until
a lot
I
already,
feel. Yeah. Yeah.
Especially if you're like, I saw the dates were like 17, 19, and you're saying 2021.
Yeah.
And if you started in 2012 or 2011, you already had that half ready in 5 years, right?
Yeah.
So that's fast.
Yeah, well, part of I do. Well, I kind of got that from Bent too. Is just that writing is I feel compelled to write. Like I don't feel like I should do it. I want to do it. I get sick of. Sometimes I'll do old jokes if I'm not feeling good, or if I want the show to be done, or I don't like. Okay, I'll do the back catalog. Or if it's like, okay, well, we need you to do an hour, and I'm not prepared. Yeah. Or like an hour and 15, and I wasn't counting on that. And I'm like, okay, well, that's why it's nice to have like a back catalog where you can pull stuff out of there.
Got to go in the vault.
Yeah, exactly.
Pull out some stuff. But then, so you're saying you're close then too? And
I probably could, but I also don't. I don't feel compelled to. I'm just kind of stockpiling stuff, and then when it seems like it's a good time, then I'll put it out. But I'm also, because I've done that, so I think part of it is.
Are you waiting for like really killer?
Well, part of it's just the social media thing, because
which you're good at though.
Not. I could be a lot better at it. I follow
you, and I see
well, thank you. but I definitely focus more on the writing and jokes. Like I didn't get into comedy to be a video editor and
weird,
everything. So yeah. Yeah, so if I did another special, like I don't know like who it would be with, or if I just put it on YouTube, but I don't have a big social media following, so I feel like actually I forgot. Now that I say that, I did a special in January. I completely forgot about this. I haven't slept well. It's open bar comedy. Ron Feingold does it. It's open bar comedy. I think it's like .com, but if you go to their open bar comedy on YouTube, I did a special called Hot Off the Press that was recorded in January and just came out maybe a month or two ago. But that's a half-hour special, and that's material. I don't think I'm doing any of it anymore, but that's true. I did put out another special.
So that's a lot. Like,
yeah.
That's more than most guys I know at the same, like quite a bit more.
Oh, I try to be productive.
So we got special after special after special after special, it sounds like.
Yep.
Vegas, Wisconsin. But this week, you can see Robert Baril at the Comedy Cave in Calgary through Wednesday through Saturday. We have shows left, right?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Well, thanks for doing
All right.
this,
Thanks
man.
for having me.
Yeah.
All right, cool.